What's up, folks? I hope your day is going well. And today I want to talk very quickly with you about the things that create a toxic workplace environment. Now, we're going to start off because I think leadership is one of those things, it starts at the top. You've heard that cliche or that saying, and it's very true, folks. Because if you have a toxic boss, a senior manager or something at wherever you work at, that person sets the tone for how the other subordinates are going to behave. And so if they do a lot of cutting up and letting things slide, then everyone under them who are getting a paycheck are going to do the same thing. Okay? So it starts at the top. And these are the master planners, by the way. All right? So they set you up for failure, folks. Lack of clear communication is one of those things. And this troubled me a lot, during my work years. Part of the reason why a lot of you will go out and start your own businesses or do something else will be that latch pin of a thing that held you to a job, right? The narcissistic relationship you had with that boss is what I'm saying. The dysfunctional relationship. I'm trying to get my words out here. Got a few minutes. But when I talk about communication, folks, I'm talking about the games that they will play. I break this down into those games. I talk about it in my book. You guys go on over and pick it up on Amazon. I Love Bad Behavior. These games, folks, that they play in various ways where they'll ask you to do something and they won't give you enough supplies to do it. Depending on what kind of job you're doing, it doesn't matter really. The point is that whatever task that you have to do for that job, they will stack the chips against you, right? And they will marvel at your ability to get around these obstacles. It's like a game. They're watching, for their amusement. So the stress that's put on you during a typical work day is literally for someone else's amusement, folks. So we have to start thinking about what creates a toxic workplace environment. And then we can eliminate these environments. Now, I have the clear answer for everything, folks. Because I told you that the narcissist has permeated this world society. And in every workplace culture, there'll be this hierarchy of master planners and flying monkeys and targets and victims and stuff. And a never-ending cycle goes on. Some people who can't take the pressure may do something extreme like have a mental breakdown or commit suicide or something. And these things are torturous on a level where they're under the radar. These people operate under the radar, folks. So they'll set you up with these games in various ways, They'll tell you to go somewhere and not give you the address. If you ask them for it, they'll say they don't know. They'll give you some irrational response. And you have to learn how to not react to the foolishness until you get out and get your exit plan together and break out of this place. Toxic workplace environments, folks. All right, so what was that other thing they had written in that article? It was about flying monkeys and slander. We talk about this all the time, my specialty. Flying monkeys and slander, folks. Now, how many of you have been the targets or the brunt end of this particular, nasty behavior that's in the workplace? How many of you have experienced this for no reason? And I already told you that a lot of this stuff was relative to someone else's jealousy, simply. And because they're childlike in their minds and they can't cope with how they feel about your position in something, right? Because they're attached to you on some level in their pathologically foolish minds. They're attached, so they can't reason, like using that word. And so let's see, and then really the unnecessary roughness and what did I say? Unnecessary roughness and workplace bullying of targets by higher ups. The number one reason why you have a toxic workplace. Because those same higher ups that I was just talking about, and we'll do maybe, you know, I know I said we'll do a follow-up to this video, right? Under better circumstances. This is just on the fly. But the toxic workplace environment is governed by these master planners, folks. And so, like I said in the beginning, it all starts with them. And, you know, and until we get enough people with integrity and certain, you know, attributes in these workplaces, it's going to always be a toxic workplace environment. And this is why I stress to you the exit plan. But see, the problem and the bigger problem, folks, is that even with that exit plan strategy, you may go to another scenario that could be just as worse, or if not more worse. You understand what I'm saying? The frying pan into a lava pit or something. So I'm trying to show you that, you know, we have to get rid of narcissism at large. And then we'll rid these workplaces of this. Now, here's something. We'll get on the side note of this. Because it's all narcissism. If you want the simple plan to not deal with your narc environment, because it's not going to change. These things they're entrenched in the walls at your workplace. They're not going anywhere. You'll be gone before they are. And you'll be the target, and you'll be the victim of a game. So the bigger thing is narcissism, like I was saying, which is more important. It's all relative. Anytime I say anything to you, whether it's a stump, folks, whether it's clinical, it's all relative to narcissism and demoniac activity and behavior. That's the bigger thing I'm talking about here, right? Your job, you shouldn't even be working a job. Many of you are waking up to this understanding that if all of this is illusionary, right? If money is not really real, it has no value. So whatever you buy has no value either. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So really, this is about somebody having you working in such a way where you're going around a hamster wheel in some type of system which you're entrenched in now. You know? And you do this until you drop. You're like a slave. You are a slave. If you don't do what they or comply with what they want, they'll just do something to you. They'll just take you out of here, and they'll use fear to instill whatever they want. So your free will is compromised. This is the bigger thing, folks. You shouldn't be working a job if you don't have the mind to understand that we could all live in a world where everybody just did what they wanted. You could grow your own stuff, or you could do whatever, right? There's no need to buy into the commercial evil that is going to doom society at large, right? Then the vibrational people have been awakened. They're awakening every day. You know, few people checking out this channel. You guys are knowing what I'm saying because it's resonating on a level because you get it. We're going to be good in the reset, so that's okay. You know, but what creates toxic workplace environments? The narcissist. Doesn't he create everything, folks? Doesn't he create the stress in your lives? Doesn't he create the crime? You know, all of the hidden things, the foolishness that could harm you. You know, I want you people to think something about some of this propaganda stuff that you talk about, these chemtrails and stuff. Man does not have this type of technology. I keep telling you. Because I just bring this up real quick. I was talking to someone about this, and I mentioned this to y'all. Man does not have this technology. Just imagine them being able to do this 24/7 in the way that you guys are seeing it and thinking is what it is. Imagine them having the capability of doing that. Wouldn't it poison them? How would they be able to? They're walking around on the same grounds you are, aren't they? So wouldn't they be breathing up the same stuff they're putting down if they're trying to poison you? I want you guys to think about that. They'll let you run with your stupid narratives. See, when you get with the Most High, folks, you understand what everything is. There's no point in keeping this from you. This is not a game. The Most High rules. You guys going over to my website, thinkbehavior.info, pick up my book, I Love Bad Behavior. You can pick the book up on Amazon. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the new subscriptions and comments. I love bad behavior. But I love just the idea of getting rid of narcissists in general. I understand the reset is going to take care of this. I'm just interested in the vibrational people who are interested in trying to reach that vibration, because that's how you know you got it. Y'all take care.